Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Friday morning. It's early enough. I'm still working on my coffee. And I'm here, trying to put down my coffee. I'm here to tell you that I actually finished two things yesterday. First one has a backstory. My local granddaughter, 3.5, went to a children's museum and they had a stingray. The body of it was about as big as her body. The tail probably went down to her ankles. She picked that thing up and she carried it all the time they were at the children's museum playing with it. Or just cuddling it the whole time. She's playing with other toys and hugging the stingray. So, for her birthday in September, I made her a stingray. With the visit yesterday, I had a plan. I picked up a dozen plastic refillable Easter eggs, and after Easter, when they were 50% off, and I was going to put little treats into each one. You know, quarter, some coins, a pouch of fruit snacks. I found a crocheted scrunchie here. She likes hedgehogs. I gave her a little hedgehog coaster. Yeah, I'm just going around finding little stuff. I wanted to see if I could make a stingray small enough to fit into the egg. Mission accomplished. Oh, the look on her face. She opens up and she goes, "Oh, Grammy made me something." And she pulls it out and it was all curled up. She flans out, "Oh, it's a stingray. It's a baby stingray." Yes, points for Grammy. So, as we're driving over there, it's a 20-minute drive. I had a craft bag in the car and we turned onto my daughter's street and I said to my husband, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We weren't at her house yet. I wasn't counting down houses. He's like, "What?" And I said, "I just did the last stitch on the project that I'm working on. And when I get home, I can sew them together." So I did. Now this is double dipping because on my list for April, I had that I wanted to make this project. And I also had on my list to use my Mystery Yarn Challenge yarn. I made an emotional support chicken, the crocheted version, with my Mystery Challenge yarn. Let's see, we'll put him over here a bit, and we'll put a picture up here of the yarns. I didn't get a picture of the yarn from when I got it, when all the skeins were full, but I took that yesterday. I did do a little bit of color control, like on the bottom where you have the gussets. I wound the yarn into a cake because I had gone from blue into reddish tones, and I wound up the cake and started the next one with blue again so that there'd be sort of continuity there. But there we go. There's my emotional support chicken. It was very frustrating in the beginning because the tails worked in short rows and I messed up. And I ended up tearing out, yeah, let's see, you start little and go big. I made the whole thing and realized that this one wasn't right, so I had to tear out the first two, get down to the point where I made my mistake, and then finish. But once I got past the tail, it wasn't all that bad. The one thing I would suggest, if you buy this pattern, check out the projects on Ravelry and the comments on the pattern itself. There are several places where errors in the pattern are pointed out. Was it on body or something around here where there's two row 3s, or there's another one where your stitch count is decreasing by 3 each row, but 3 or 4 each row, and the number jumps 8. It's like, well, no, they missed a row between those two. So I just went through, before I even started this, went through Ravelry and wrote all of the noted corrections onto my pattern and went from there, and that really helped a lot. The designer really should make the corrections, publish a new PDF, and upload it to Ravelry, and then all the people who bought the pattern get the corrected version. Just saying. I sell patterns on Ravelry. It's not that hard to do. And if somebody's paying for a pattern and errors have been pointed out, you owe it to your customers to make the correction. Just, especially when, sorry, I don't want to get up on a soapbox. So there we go. She will be going to my craft show tomorrow. I'm hoping, we're up against a wall in the gym, and I'm hoping that my spot has bleachers behind me where she could sit on the bleachers up behind my table and really be seen all through the gym and get attention. So today I'm going to load up the car and try to finish a few more projects. All of my stuff is still in these big blue bags from from 3 weeks ago. So basically, the table's got to go in first, then my grid, and then I'll just put these bags in around. And then for the rest of the day, I'm going to try to finish up an Ankylosaurus that I'm working on. And I started a little penguin from the Temu kit. I will work on those projects and probably just find stuff here and there to fill in. Like, I'm going to have one more rack at the show, so I'll probably pick and choose some stuff to hang on that rack. But, you know, this show can be hot or cold. I'll put up a little list over here of sales for the spring show at this high school, so you can see, like, sometimes I did pretty well. Sometimes I just barely paid for my table. That's the way spring shows are sometimes. After this, I'm off for almost a month. In early May, I go down to Pennsylvania for a show by my daughter's house. And then the week after that, I do a show that's 2.5 miles from here. So 2 shows in May. I don't have anything in June yet. I might be getting something there. And then 2 big shows in July. So there's stuff on the horizon, which is good to have some shows, because Etsy has been dead since Easter. Once the butter lamb sales dried up, I haven't had any sales. So that's about it. I am going to be packing the car and chipping away at my to-do list. I'm just so happy I got that project done. I think today is April 12th. So April's about 1/3 over. With this project, I'm up to 44% of my to-do list done. So that's about that. I don't know if I just got an Etsy. Something just flashed on my screen and it looked like an Etsy thing. It could be somebody just favoriting a project. I'll find out, and I'll let you know by a little message here. Maybe nothing. Might actually be proving me wrong. My shop may have been rejuvenated. Okay, I'm going to go get stuff done. I didn't clear my to-do list yesterday, but I'm going to try to do it today. Bye-bye.